Okase. Many lawyer to kwe any dinkomo. NDC Director of Legal Affairs, Greater Accra. Not new Kabibiafa, Cedi no. Was it MPP for the boom? I give up.
I think, sir, where they are currently, no, lucky ideas, lucky new ideas. And especially they place all their hopes in Ken Ofori-Atta.
Oh.
Ken Ofori-Atta and Subaye, no, now our personal agenda. And the economy was not his problem. It is about amassing wealth on only family led by the president. And after he was dismissed, no, it's like the entire government is disillusioned. And finding solutions to the Cedi, it's now a problem. I believe that at this material moment, they are just praying faster than even the NDC people. Say the elections should come quickly and then hand over to the next government so that they can go and rest, because it doesn't appear all their solutions have worked. And see, that's my view. And as a result of that, the Cedi is now, on a free fall.
Yeah.
See, I don't think that where we are between now and December, we can have any recovery on the Cedi. I believe by December 7th, the Cedi, looking at the trend, is likely to get to 20 cedis.
By December 7th?
Yes.
I
think so.
Based on current trend? No?
Based on the trend, because nothing is being done. Look, when you listen to the finance minister recently on meeting press,
yeah.
And one of the reasons in his view, that is making the Cedi depreciate so fast, is that Omu believe they have paid some contractors. And so Obilivi say when the contractors received their money, they converted the money into dollars, and it mopped out the dollar in the system, and so that is creating the Cedi to depreciate.
But in that same press conference, Osanso can say it won't say depreciated here. Now Cedi na what they know, a map from said the amount for.
But I mean, if one Cedi is to $1 is 16 cedis, you don't need to tell 16 cedis. You don't need to tell Ghanaians say Cedi no weak and strong. The ordinary Ghanaian knows so that the Cedi is extremely weak. But it also tells me say the new finance minister is thrown his hands in despair. He doesn't seem to understand what is happening. Probably because a lot of bad mismanagement was done under the former finance minister before he took over. Unfortunately, he's unable to speak about issues objectively. And so in his conundrum, in his confusion, he's only trying to divert attention, say, contractors now, if you paid contractors, I mean, you don't need to even care about how they use their money. And so to say that, and you don't have even solid facts, say, they have all converted their money into dollars. Because they also pay people they owe, banks, and then their staff, and it's about Cedi transaction. So I think that they now want to hand over quickly, very quickly, to the next government, and so they don't care what happens.
That must be a relief for NDC, eh?
Debbie, it is not finished, because thinking this way and having an intention to rig the election where opportunity prevails, they are two different things. So the NDC people will not sleep yenda until power finally comes to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. It doesn't mean that it is over. Agbina, that kind of thing. No. But we are analyzing the situation in a certain context. Because clearly, the MPP is like just to change the economy. It's like, let me give you an example. Serious, like some of these kidney and liver issues. Okay? It gets to a point when Yareni chew up to some time. To be very honest, you yourself, you feel say it's enough.
Yeah.
I need to go and rest. And no will be better for me, or maybe better for me. Others around who say what bread. So we were on your day uncle. So when problems come into your hands to some level that you are not able to resolve, then you emotionally, psychologically, you begin to throw your hands in despair. So that the next government will come and inherit. Very bad news. It's not a good news, because the next NDC administration would have a lot of work to do. Knowing the MPP, knowing them with their math, they will come with big, sharp math.
Opposition.
Or in opposition, and will be giving NDC trouble. And so it's not going to be a palatable situation.
But is NDC ready for the task? I mean, so we and His Excellency John Mahama, one day a year Vice President, Alhaji Bawumia, Omunya the grandest opportunity, say, Ombe convince or minor, any Mama who was CEOs, what the way Ombe handle economy. No, yet here President Mahama, yet here Bawumia. I don't know if you monitored. Do you think the NDC might me convince Ghana for say, Ejuma Kesi and Damon,
you see, Kwame, if you had followed the NDC since prior to 2020 elections, up to this 2024 elections, the position of most of us, most of the NDC people, is that look, given challenges now economy new facing, we need to bring somebody who knows the road, who has experience, who has been there before. He wasn't perfect. By the time he was leaving, the dollar to the Cedi is 3, almost 4. And so such a person, when you put him there, he already know where the knobs are until he will be pressing them. And given his experience, he knows the caliber of people that he needs to bring in government in order to achieve. That is why, you see, we will not change John Dramani Mahama. Because if you change him, a new person come, sometimes it will take you like a year or two in order for you to see the problems very well. By which time, not sure, that problem not a compounding. Until NDC knew, say, the problem that we will inherit, we need an experienced man, not a try-me man person. And that is why President Mahama has been brought to be the leader of the NDC to help transform the country. And President Mahama is more than ready.
But is that enough to convince us? Say munim and as a more solution for your problems. No?
In this world,
this one can see.
But in this world, what do you need to live? It's hope, and the hope must not be empty. It must be substantial hope.
Okay.
President Mahama has done it before, and we know how he transformed the economy. We know the kind of infrastructure development that he brought onto the economy to transform the economy. He also had challenges. The Domso was there. He fixed it before he left. So we know he has done it before. That is our hope, that when we bring such an experienced person, though he will go through challenges, he will be able to surmount the problem and he will do better than this reckless government.
Lawyer, in that scintilla of hope, more MPP, teach you Dr. Bawumia, a punchy horse, a woman, or say, for instance, Domso or Bosono, and now so the amount for P. So what's the guarantee some mobile?
The guarantee is that the man fixed the problem before he left. Now, we also know what Bawumia promised, irrespective of the achievements of the NDC government led by John Mahama at the time. But the kind of promises that the NPP gave, especially the same Bawumia, he focused all his campaigns on the economy. If you remember, because he thought that at the time that was his strength as a former governor. Ghanaians thought that, look, given the kind of things that he said, in government you do better. When he came, look at the situation. Now he hardly even talks about economy. So what you see, why did some of us believed that, but for few challenges, President Mahama won the 2020 elections with Professor Nana. Some of us believe so. Okay. The MPP at the time, prior to 2020, they thought that President Mahama would not even be able to garner 4 million votes. But look at the challenge. Today we have hung parliament. Why? Because of Mahama's policy, the big push on infrastructure. And so Mahama came very well in 2020 with his track record. Not what he said he could do alone, but balancing that with his track record. That is it. That's how he did exceedingly well in 2020. And that goodwill is still there for Ghanaians. And so Ghanaians recognize the man. They know that this is not somebody that we will ask, who is he? Look, even the court systems, the courts that we are having today, that the MPP is prosecuting NDC people, the courts were built by NDC governments. When I was MCE, we built a whole new court complex in Amasaman. That's what we are using now. And this is under Dramani Mahama. Even to them, the MPP, that they claim they believe in the rule of law, and that when it comes to law, they stand tall. As I speak to you, I am telling you, the NDC has built more courts to serve the judiciary than the MPP. Where are they? I mean, where are they? Let's go to even the High Court, the court complex. The Supreme Court has been there for many years. They haven't added any building. It took an NDC government to build this court complex. They haven't built any. Recently, in fact, the Chief Justice had to close courts of appeals in all the regions until recently that she also has made political decision to bring a number of them. So clearly, the NDC has shown resolve that they are nation builders. And so we are ready for them. All right, John Mama.
Yene lawyer Sam Atukwe, one of the director, legal affairs, Emma NDC Amanyuko, Ewo Greater Accra. Yamra, a year Richard Japa, Asemia Waka, Ediafa, a year Godfrey Damenu. And we are bremu mobile press conference. Mosemu or no maybe a mobile bed dying a D. Which Matamuka Cratche, Ediade.
Say the substance of it, you know. Kwame Minkah on air before the party will do the press conference this afternoon. But it's going to be about some of the hidden, devilish, evilish moves this Attorney General took just to see the back of Dwaboase.
Okay.
So the NDC is going to show to Ghanaians that whilst we were sleeping in midnight, the Attorney General and others, in some instances, a Supreme Court judge, in their homes, in the middle of the night, discussing how they will use a witness to implicate Dwaboase in a way that it is not, so that Dwaboase will go to jail. Then the Godfrey Dami will then be clapping that he's a good lawyer, he's a good Attorney General, and then he'll be smiling whilst he languishes in jail. This is not rule of law.
Okay.
And the NDC is going to expose things which Ghanaians don't have knowledge on. You will realize that...
Why is this expose important?
It is important because even before, when Japa said that it is rather you, the Attorney General, that has been calling me, that has been trying to meet me, only to put false information out there to implicate the first accused, which is Dwaboase. It is you who is doing that. Now, when he said that, now the matter became public. Then the MPP decided to change it. They say one thing, and tomorrow they change their story. Immediately, the NDC said they were going to hold a press conference to bring hidden things out.
Yeah.
Then they decided that some of the things they themselves, they will preempt them. And to their papers, look at all their papers. They started bringing out stories in order to divert attention on the same matter. Then they themselves started saying, calling a Supreme Court judge. They met. It wasn't the NDC. They themselves. And so they are coming out with half-truths. Because they have placed these things in the public domain, it is important to give the entire story so that the Ghanaians can make their opinion.
Help us understand this. The Omo Kika I ba omo papers in no. No bi na mo ba be yi atre ya na. Ka de mo ba be yi atre no. Is a part of it.
Oh, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like I told you, niyama na omo di ba out no. It be a half truth. Half truth. So
half truth of what truth?
Half truth of the truth. For instance, when they met, look, you will be afraid to plea bargain if you have been accused of, let's say, a financial mismanagement.
Yeah.
Not say second involved. No, at a point you feel that look, you are guilty, you'll be convicted, but you will not go to jail because you want to provide the money. So you enter into an agreement for that arrangement. During discussions on this agreement, it doesn't happen in Supreme Court judges' comfortable homes. It doesn't happen there. It is an official. It happens in the Attorney General's chambers, office, and the lawyers of both parties must also be there. How did they meet? If it is true, like in their view, how did they meet in a Supreme Court judge home? Who called for a meeting? What is the interest of that Supreme Court judge? I mean, is it a matter that a Supreme Court judge must come in Was their lawyers there? Was Jakpa's lawyer there? At what time? Midnight? Deep in the night? I mean, all these things, it tells you that the Attorney General is not a serious person. The Attorney General...
These are strong words.
Yes, he cannot be trusted. And for me, I will not even say, we should set an investigation committee. He should resign. When the next NDC government comes, then they will investigate the matter, and if there is a criminality, he must receive the same dose that he is given at 240.
But since Eda, I said we are kafano, ebesine, one better in the decent way bonibia. Eti, okase one resign, one no name free ni pemu, no, and resign over what?
Say no beka. Or no one can in public say why bonida. Because the day Obeka say I'm power bonino. Then it is a justification to say he's not competent in our office. But look at the people who have come out to say, look, AG, M say we no, Watra, red line, and to give way. Look at Ansan Sari.
That's right.
You see, look at Ansan Sari. Then look at President of Imani Ghana and other civil society organizations have come out to say that this is too murky, and it doesn't speak well of us as a country, that the Attorney General, who is the beacon of justice and law in this country, must be involved in such scandal. And yet good. It's not good for the image. And so he should step aside to allow for even a proper investigation into the matter.
What about the allegation? And then you good for one, only image, and then the office.
Okay, so
you go Jack past them one after the other. And then the what Nasem no kind na a deep fee, a kind of office, anyone one casa home.
Okay, so answer case and also our court. And he for
allegation in the court.
For no, me BODBB that for even for your station, it is good to say the station is not interested in the substantive matter. Absolutely. Before the court now. Yeah. And so I will limit myself to what the allegation he made.
Clearly.
The allegation he made was that, look, you, the Attorney General, you have been chasing me every time. You have had meetings with me at odd hours. And the reason for which you are chasing me is to implicate the first accused, the honorable minority leader. Now, he has not denied the fact that he met him at odd hours. He has not, the Attorney General. So that alone, meeting the third accused, without even full disclosure to other parties and any lawyer, it is wrong. It is wrong. Secondly, meeting the third accused with an intention of fabricating evidence against the minority leader is also wrong. It's criminal. It's not good. Third, why would you meet the third accused in the comfortable home of a living Supreme Court judge? What is it for?
They're not free.
Answer, yes, sir. It really counts. In fact, the national organizer of the MPP, Nana B, he came out to preempt that. He wrote it on his Facebook wall. So it is not the NDC giving out this information. They themselves, even with the information they themselves, they are giving to the public. No, unfortunately, they are implicating themselves. Nana B is a lawyer, but I do admit that he's a junior lawyer. He doesn't, some of the things that he is quick. Lawyers don't behave like that. He's so quick to go and write things. He doesn't even practice. And he's only doing the politics side. But it's also not good even for himself. And then the Attorney General, why implicating the Attorney General even more? The very reason why we feel that the Attorney General should step aside. I don't trust this government that when they set any executive committee to investigate, something good will come out. I also don't trust Dampari, that if Dampari is even to investigate anything allegedly criminal, something good will come out of it. I don't even trust Parliament as it is, because of the nature of MPP partisan people that we have. They haven't done anything good before.
What you okay? We don't have a country.
Do you think say Kwame Minkah Tihanomono and your mind? Dampari investigation, Akosi saying. Akosi saying, as if say she see a check Ghana for your refi and a call to sleep. Who is orchestrating that? Who is the leader of that committee? And we even say attaching.
Yeah.
Yes. So that should tell you, because he doesn't have the interest.
So a coach,
he doesn't have the interest of the country. He's looking at MPP because they think that by bringing out the issues, it will paint MPP so bad, and so he's no more interested. And that's why I'm telling you, I don't even trust Parliament, because when you put a bipartisan committee into place, it will not. I don't even trust a commission, because the president then must appoint a judge. Now, the judges at the Supreme Court, Kwame, me a lawyer, I don't want to go that far, but I will not even trust a commission to do a good job. Let government change hands and see whether you know here.
The legal counsel,
legal counsel, man.
Ghana legal counsel.
General legal counsel.
General legal counsel.
With him, the chair of general legal counsel. Chief Justice. Until I leave the rest to you. You have people like Okujeto. Akwakrano.
Lawyer Sam
Okujeto. And also is part of it. A lawyer in good standing. He's been a lawyer for a very long time.
Council of State member no. So two man painful.
Until if these people are there, your guess is as good as mine. General legal counsel.
Any guess? Your
guess. Do you think that the General Legal Council will do justice to this matter? Look, the disciplinary committee of the General Legal Council, if any matter goes to them on this matter, on the Attorney General, are supposed to look at the issues and then come out, and then if something wrong has been done, take the right decision against that person. The problem is that, do Ghanaians trust the General Counsel, or would Ghanaians trust the General Legal Counsel to go do a good job on the AG? The AG is also a member of the General Legal Counsel. And so that one, I leave it for Ghanaians to judge.
But if Senya Sakwano any before, Sawasam now can say Godfrey Dame and resign. A dear nebesi Amasadi number.
Godfrey Dame, dear, to be very honest, if government changes hands, some of us will lead a campaign for him to investigate it.
Yeah, but would he can't say he should resign?
He will resign. I know he will resign.
What would it take for that to happen?
He must take his conscience. That, look, the matter that has come before the public doesn't speak well about me. And I don't think that I'm in a position to continue this matter. Because even if the minority leader is convicted, what do you think Ghanaians will feel? He has not been treated fairly. And so it becomes a political issue, you see, and it's not good for the country. So I think that, in my view, he should step aside so that somebody else will come and continue in that office. That's my view.
For a legal practice, more code of conduct for the office of the Attorney General, never reconcile with the SCNO.
So when you look at, I think, Rule 13, I believe so, of our professional rules now, regulatory years, you cannot go and meet. You see, a lawyer from the other side cannot meet a client of the other side without his or her counsel's consent and our presence. And so we share the information that is out there, churned out by the MPP themselves. Clearly, they did meet Japa at odd hours, alone, not once. He's been calling Japa, and you are not supposed to be doing that. Calling, pestering Japa, according to Japa, to do something for the AG, to help his case. Do you get me? And it is wrong. And the lawyer was not aware. And so it is wrong. It clearly means that you have very untoward motive.
MPP communicators in the NDC is simply to get Ghana's attention diverted from substantive case now a work court. And number two, I'm also suggested some press conference here a campaign to take your opportunity because we are in an election year. Etienne can be a room, Sarabaya, a bino, a home time. Is that what you're doing?
But this problem was when I see this problem. It's not NDC. The Attorney General during cross-examination. I mean, you accuse Jakpa that he's helping the first accused, who is a minority leader. You see, trying to indict or no third accused, ni integrity. That is Jakpa. When Jakpa too was fighting for his life, are you getting me? And the statement that he made in court, was to put a doubt on his integrity in court. So he must also then defend himself that no, you are not the one to say this, because in fact, for some time now, you've been calling me, pestering me. You have met severally with me in sometimes odd hours, just for me to implicate the first accused. We implicating the first accused with wrong evidence, fabricated evidence. And he called for it.
Okay.
It is the AG that calls for it. The matters after then has become a public interest matter. When matters resume public interest dimensions, you can't have control. The person who is the first accused, and also NDC or a minority leader for the NDC. So definitely the NDC is an interested party, not in court, but in reality, they are an interested party. That is why the NDC have decided that look, they must speak to the issues.
But Kasano, and any case, NDC MPPSM.
No.
I said, or communication officer. The guy said, and I do not do maybe. Now, I mean, you can't say Kasa. In fact, Saturday, I was saying, say, the way I go for them, I tried, or Paso Yasam, NDC MPPSM, ne divert your attention. And no see, should you say, assembling your NDC MPPSM, but NDC, your press conference in there. So, how can you guarantee, I say, NDC MPP football as usual?
To be very honest, let me commend Sami Jemfi. Sami Jemfi was my mate at the law school, and seriously speaking, as a party, we have never had a competent communication officer like Sami Jemfi. I think he's gifted, and he's doing exceedingly well, and we must all support Sami Jemfi. Sami Jemfi has been very professional with the kind of information that he has. He's been very professional.
Oh, sir.
I am telling you. Far.
Really?
I'm telling you. Listen to Godfrey Dami. Godfrey Dami said they have a video tape of Jack. I'll say a patch, but even if it is true, if accused person or patch say, please, Charlie, this matter, leave this matter. What is wrong with it?
But more than one for video.
No, that's all. But with a young fan without admitting, granted without admitting that it is true. What is unlawful about that?
But what kind of say necessary bit my no?
You see, granted without admitting.
Okay.
And we have also asked him to bring the video. What Sami Jemfi is seeking to do, that once they begin to speak about the evidence they have on Jakpa in public, at that time, AG was speaking as MPP person, not as an attorney general. Because some of the things that he started speaking, and his so-called spokesperson, Wilberforce, who is also actually my mate, at the law school. His things are very, he's struggling even to explain the issues. Wow. Exactly. It is at that time that Sami Jemfi and the party decided that. Then all the information that we had all along, if the AG is behaving this is the time for us to put it before the public. And we will put the information out before the public so that the public will then decide.
Oh, that means that initially, nanka mum fan tuga.
Entina mi see.
Entina
mi see.
Anka mum fan tuga.
No, you see, the party thought, say, look, the matter in court, we are a party of rule of law. And we don't want any issue which is in court to be tainted by partisan matters. So let the law prevail. Are you getting me? Entina me can say there are a lot of information that Sami Jemfi already had, but he has been so professional not to bring some of these matters out. Just so because we don't make the thing look like NDC MPP affair. It's in court. Let the court deal with the processes, the substantive and procedural issues. But now that the Attorney General himself is behaving like a serial caller and a serial talker, then he has now won his partisan suit. And at that time, we must meet him boot for foot.
So is that your way of admitting, say, Japa allegation? Say, Abe NDC MPP Nkomo.
I wouldn't say that because the matter Japa issue no kind, it's not really a subject matter before the court.
And we've made that clear.
Exactly. But if we also have a national organizer. The national organizer of the NDC, I've never spoken on this matter. It took MPP, national and regional officers. They jumped on the matter and took it as a party affair. What do you expect the NDC to do? We should also sit down. No, we need to explain to Ghanaians, because when you have information and the right time is rife and you don't speak about it, people might presume that then the negative thing, and that's what we did when John Mama was in office in 2016. I mean, look at the kind of things that John Mama did for this country. But we really didn't. We thought that the NDC people in their communities, they know what the government is doing. So when a push comes to shove, they would speak for us in their communities. But so you must also learn to speak the things you do for yourself. And that's why the NDC now, led by Sammy Gyamfi, it's coming out. And please, I am telling you, Sammy Gyamfi has done exceedingly well and professionally. Even when they came out of the courtroom, the first press conference that he gave to the media, I was listening to Sammy Gyamfi and I said, oh, look, the NDC it's now a force. It's now a force because he took away the partisan element. Later on, I also heard the aide to the president. Ofosu Kwachi.
Kwachi Fosu.
Exactly. And you should have listened to them. How professional they sounded without the partisan element. So clearly for me, I think that if it is...
It's subordinate, the other bought Godfrey Damini MPP. Someone that the party
start here.
At the end of the day, we have a press conference now. A day na mo press Ghana for ye. Because it already, where you attend you, where you say, see a case ye di case in Sabreya, or be anyone be interested. What's the we need you with legal counsel mo? We need you commission of inquiry mo? We need you parliament mo? It's more your press conference, no? Say Ghana for your day.
Court of public opinion.
Say
if listen, when the truth comes out, when they see the evidence, Ghanaians, civil society, well-meaning Ghanaians, Nyansanfo, and all those people, they will listen to both sides. And having had the evidence before them, they will then decide, say, look, after listening to all the issues, I think, say, the dummy should resign. So many people might call for the AG to resign. So they should have information. So we'll put the information out for the public court to decide, so that civil society organizations can have more weapons to call on the AG to do the needful.
But can that pressure work the magic? Especially in the system where declare the say you to be your trust woman.
If you also don't talk about it.
I'm not saying don't talk about it.
I'm putting it before you. Not a question.
Okay.
But I'm saying, say.
You're putting it to me.
No, I'm not putting it to you. But we are speaking to Ghanaians.
Sure.
And I'm saying that, Kwame, you have information.
Yeah.
You are not putting the information out. The information you put out there for Ghanaians to know what you also have. After all, natural justice requires that let both sides be heard. One side has already started bringing some information out. So let us also bring the other information out and let Ghanaians judge. It's better like that than for us not to bring what we have out when they are bringing what they have out. So let us all put the information out there and let Ghanaians judge. And I'm saying, say, after this press conference, Ghanaians will also the suspicions against this government will deepen more. The suspicions against this reckless AG that we have will deepen more. And it will help our country because it's a country of rule of law. The media is wide awake. It is a country that the media is able to do anything. Nobody can do anything to them. Let the media receive the information and let them analyze it the way they want and let Ghanaians be the judges.
Okay. Because amount for PNG and common on some questions be 020-898-4166 and at 050-000-0257. Just 2 calls, quick 2 calls. A year Richard Japa. Now some what the 2 quarter nim FR Attorney General. Some common on NED. Message will say, please, good morning, Kwame. When you with team, Mr. Richard Japa's statement in court is not an allegation, but a statement on court's record. Hope you change the topic on your screen. I beg, any allegation, a statement. He made an emphatic statement in the presence of Odame, who could not object or defend it. But Blow had a deputy of AG whose name was not mentioned in the case, made shame of himself and the office. We a messenger also what the I think
he alleged because when you make statements of facts which has not been subjected to evidence, it always will become a claim.
And that's the allegation.
Yes, but we believe, you see, Unim Jakpa year, you know that he's a man you cannot push. And I think that knowing what the man knows, okay, and knowing what the NDC has currently, just opposing that with allegation, when Kwame, let's wait for the press conference. And you know, say, the things that Jakpa said, the truth is that, did they meet?
Okay.
Jakpa said, you have been meeting. We have been meeting at odd hours. The truth is that they themselves have come to confirm that we've been meeting. They also said that, he also said that the meetings that we have been holding, you want me to skew information against the minority leader. The truth of the matter is that, have they been meeting? They met in a Supreme Court judge's home, and then the lawyer was not there. So clearly, it sends a suspicion. What he's saying, could it be true? Yes, it gives an impression that he knows what he's talking about. So for me, let's wait for this afternoon, 1 o'clock, 2 p.m., and let's add additional information to what the NDC is going to put out there. And I'm sure I can come here again and we'll speak to the issue.
Absolutely. Well, Brian, what do I do this? But I'm making messages. We say, good morning, Kwame. Togbi Atikase is watching you guys live and is loving lawyer Atukwe. Captain say, Togbi say Wachiano na ope near Woyeno. And I feel so Coco Lawson a message on the Bible say, Kwame Minkah radio no be ya cheche. Aden ko fo ya kan hu bi wa na. Omo pese betie lawyer Atukwe no kura na odi tudwa na na. We eye Coco Lawson a message. I think that there's a caller. What I'm okwa na me fa o china na ya be full lines ni bi. Hello morning.
Morning.
Mr. Udina baby free.
Just to take my family, Mr. Francis.
Francis here to you.
Ayo, anopedia, person a quarter of semana, the person is say. I think Papa Casa to evidence. I obey Yaka. Na getting our trigger anymore. Waiting ya and cash. I'm a man saying, who said, Bisa, a buying lawyer no question. Say, okay, through a power can no credit, and I know credit. Then you put in a say, up my dead in a young thing in Casawakasa Fasadino. And I mean, just, and the social of Panama. So they are cheap, they are matching in those
Matthias, lawyer took a or trying to treat one track a cracker. Mother was all person catching more. But question no beside. And it's a Argentina, Richard Jakpa, a resi is unified, age one. Yanti say judge no a pushy for evidence corona working once.
And say the matter before the judge, it was doing cross examination. Cross examination, they elicit evidence, and so the AG stood up in the middle of it, to raise an objection, accusing Jakpa that or Kasa in support of the minority leader. So I feel na your allegation say I know your claim say na ni answer no, and it was on record. Remember said Jakpa was swear an oath to speak the truth. And see AG created that impression that unya correct upeso boa minority leader na owo ho no. And I say really enya woman na u de bia u frame me tata me Unimi a meeting, all hours. I will fear not even office. say me kasa in a way that will implicate
media dance
boni and share minority leader no enya wo na wo ye me pese de me ka no minim say me wogidie say ye nukre enti me pese ye call record so enti ye call record so yes no judge no in fact I invite you to chambers they see what chambers no obi enim but that should tell you say the man is serious
but we a lawyer typically say you invite a lawyer for ne sanoko chambers one yana dey na test wo e dey na test
usually no answer a public gallery obia etie maybe judge no or person or my advice na advice no be amu ti gallery hono no because it's a matters about law ni nyama be amu nti ase and no person obeka assembly that may be misconstrued but lawyers would understand because of our work and to be invite him to chambers na wakasa chemo
okay
but what you say
what na dream
ono be on share na dream obetumufo
all right very well lawyer ye bra na anya ye bre ye bedo ase na press conference no ye de atire awia kina nyame ya adoma ye sa ne obedi nkomo wa bra ye pese but as if lawyer Samatukwe ebusi ono na great Accra director of legal affairs Emma NDC amanyuko no ye de nkomo na si dwumadi no so aba na wie at least for ne o kira nyame ya adoma ye besa ba ni abebo dwada ta adwendwe o my Ghana ho bidia ne Kwame Minkah kukuseku bye bye